I will deliver a speech on the theme Me and COVID-19. Title Great Freedom Begins from Self-Action. First of all, let us give thanks to God Almighty for all the gifts that have been given so that we can carry out today's in a healthy state even in the midst of a pandemic. Distinguished guest, 75 years ago, we still taste the colonial period by the foreign countries. It took centuries for Indonesians to become present-day Indonesia. It took more than just time, but also blood, tears, and sweat from people all over the country fighting against domination and fear. We have got along with sorrow of colonization for a very long time. But now, 75 years since Sukarno proclaimed Indonesia's independence, we may smile for the freedom we've lived until now. We may be grateful for the chance to be sovereign and independent nation. We may cry of happiness for achievements we get as a nation that makes us stand out among many other countries. None of this can be manifest without the struggles of our predecessors. As the real heroes, we never forget to thank them for their service and sacrifice so that we arrive on the top of our independence. But is it true that we've come to the end of struggle of making Indonesia independent? Have we been in the very top of our dreams? Have we been free from domination and fear and live like in paradise? As a matter of fact, we still cling to many problems like those who were in period when freedom seemed like to be overshadowed by uncertainty, poverty, corruption, inequality, lack of law enforcement, discrimination, the fall of social justice, and poor access to good education. There is still a lot of homework that we all need to solve properly in order to make this country more independent. Now the biggest problem we face is COVID-19 pandemic. This pandemic endangers the lives of many people globally and nationally, especially Indonesia. As a student, let me say that this pandemic also affects the most essential field of our country, education. Schools, including my seminary, is closed. Rather than attending classes normally, students study from their own houses. Rather than holding books, students now get used to get it as learning tool. The physical gathering in classes is replaced by homeschooling and online learning. New problems soon arise. Many students can't get enough access to online learning because of lack of signal in their remote village or because of money. Some of my friends took as much as some kilometers away to find the best spot where signal is provided. It could be on a high tree, on a shore, or on a hill, filled up by eagerness and determination, like our predecessors did to grab the freedom they keep. Being independent is not also being free from colonization or political domination. It also means being free to get good and self-education. I find it quite difficult to carry out that ideal. The COVID-19 pandemic is causing more than 1 billion children and youth to be out of school in 161 countries now and still increasing. This pandemic worsens day by day as people ignore the healthy protocols. The history of our country 75 years ago teaches me this principle. Great freedom starts from self-action. The Independence Day of our country there is the result of consequences and action of every single person. If students everywhere to take your first action in learning, don't waste our time complaining situation around us or protesting the government policy. This pandemic show us not only bad impacts but wide positive possibilities as well. Digital learning may widen our sources of learning. We can get access to knowledge from every corner of the world and connect it with many other educators and learners. By using technology as tool of learning, we may prepare ourselves to future work where mastering technology is a basic need in work field. Keep exploring and being creative while learning through digital. Those who take action in following lessons on a tree or by climbing a hill are real heroes that strive for education. Let's look after the spirit to learn in order to make Indonesia more independent in achieving education. Never stop the spark of achieving education through this pandemic, cause just one spark starts a fire. Thank you.